another episode of Federico Talks Watches. It's been a pretty interesting day for a watch collector, a couple of days actually. I got in a couple watches that I really like. And that's the hard part of doing this, is sometimes you just want to keep what you get, even though that's the easiest way for a dealer like me to go broke. However, I do have the opportunity to showcase 3 watches today. Well, 2 are here, 1 is in the bank vault, that are just super interesting. They're not very commonly seen, and that I really want to keep. Now, of course, customary wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing the Atlantic Worldmaster, my vintage watch on a NATO. It's actually a larger sized vintage watch, and I got this for peanuts, well under $1,000. Just a great little runaround, and it gives a little vintage feel to my collection. But yeah, guys, I mean, one of the great reasons I like to share my journey with you guys is as a watch collector, and now as a watch dealer, I come across some really interesting stuff. And not all the time is it easy to put it up for sale. But then again, you know me, I'm very fleeting with my watch passions. So they come and go, and if it wasn't for my partner John, we'd be out of business a long time ago, because he's the one who just has to tell me, you can't keep it. So yeah, these are 3 watches that came into my website, Delray Watch Supply, delraywatch.com, link in the description below, that I wanted to share with you guys. Now, I know some of you guys may see this as an advertisement, and you know what? It kind of is. But at the same time, if I can't share the cool watches that come into the office, then, what's the point, right? Now, the first watch is from my alma mater. And full disclosure, I think this is already sold. It's on hold for a client. Let me take it out of the plastic here. I don't have the proper camera for close-up, so I'm also going to stick pictures on the screen. This right here is the Piaget Polo S. This is the one that so many people got riled up about because it looks a lot like a Nautilus and it looks a lot like an Aquanaut. However, it's only a fraction of the price. And this is the rare blue model. Now, I was working for Piaget right when this watch was getting designed, and I left right before it was released. However, now I actually see one in my hands, and you know what? The quality is fantastic. It's a flyback. Is it a flyback? No, it is not a flyback, but it is a column wheel chronograph movement, fully in-house, and it is only 11.5 millimeters thick, which Piaget does the ultra-thin extremely well. It's got that Gerald Genta-esque porthole design with that beautiful blue dial. You guys know I love blue dials, with this striping on it. Now, I like that the bracelet is not entirely integrated, so you can put this on a strap, unlike a Royal Oak or an Overseas or a Nautilus, which is a little harder to do so. But guys, do you realize a Nautilus nowadays pre-owned is going for $45,000 plus? A blue dial Royal Oak is in the very high 20s. And this, which is very similar quality, the finishing is exquisite. It's got an in-house, beautifully finished movement with blued screws, a custom rotor, entirely built by Piaget, column wheel chrono. And this, is well under $10,000 pre-owned. Guys, where's the value? I mean, the value's right here, and it's all because the name isn't as recognized. But what if I told you Piaget started off as a movement manufacturer? Would that give them more cachet? Piaget didn't start making watches until the 50s. Before that, they were a movement supplier, and they're a company that's been entirely in-house for their whole history. So when you got a sports watch like this, 42 millimeters in this great Genta-esque design, for a price that's, let's face it, 8 times less than a Nautilus, and it's got a column wheel chronograph, makes me want to stand up and listen. Now, of course, I have a special love for Piaget. I used to work for them. I felt like I was part of the team when this was coming to market in the U.S. I have a special connection with this watch. And I really did want to keep it, but unfortunately, Fed's got to pay the bills. So it is, it was for sale. It still might be. It's on hold right now. But check it out. This is definitely a watch I wanted to keep when it came in. And that was another watch which I've talked about a lot in my videos, especially my early videos, as one of the best bang for buck watches out there, with one of my favorite world time complications that I find so romantic. And this is the Girard Perrigo WWTC. Not only is it the world time, but it's the financial world time. And the battery died. Thanks, John. We actually just got a replacement battery here at Delray Watch Supply. But I was saying, the financial world time, limited to 500 pieces. So, what makes this special? Well, it's a Girard Perrigo, another fully in-house movement. This is a chronograph world time feature. And you guys know traveling is a big hobby of mine. I find the world time, where you can tell the time zone in 24 separate cities, to be a wonder, a marvel of modern watchmaking. However, it's usually extremely expensive. And the financial world time actually has another set of markings on the bezel that show when the three major financial markets are open and closed: Tokyo, New York, and of course London. Now, you guys may not know this about me, but a lot of the guys in my family are in finance. I myself dabble a little bit in futures. So to me, this is super cool. 43 millimeters, however, it wears a little bit smaller because the lugs are extremely curved. But guys, we've got a full chronograph, a world time feature, fully in-house. Once again, a Patek world time is like $35,000. This is well under $6,000, and at retail, this was like $13,000 or $14,000. Once again, Girard Perrigo not getting the love they want. Now, you guys know I love this watch. I've made multiple videos featuring it. In fact, this one, if I can only take my World Master off, this one was a watch that I swear to God, I bought it for myself. But when John saw it come into the office, he said, nope, that's definitely for stock. But look at that. Look at this bad boy. Look at this. I love this watch. It even has that Girard Perrigo weird date at 1:30, which not everybody loves. Now, the world time is completely operated by the separate crown, so it's got a dual crown design, very easy to use. And yeah, I mean, listen, if you are into traveling, if you need to know multiple time zones, if you're in the financial markets, and you want a limited edition timepiece, it's really hard to beat something like this. Girard Perrigo WWTC Financial World Time, limited to 500 pieces. And now lastly is a watch that I don't have with me, but I'll put the picture up because it's in the safety deposit box at the bank. I didn't know I was making this video today until I was struggling my entire morning, and I almost bought the Girard Perrigo for myself, with my employee discount. And the third watch is the Linde Werdelin Hard Black 3. Super tough looking watch, kind of got an extreme sports background. Generally not into black sports watches, but this one just gives you the look of a Hublot or an AP for a fraction, even a Richard Mille maybe, for a fraction of the price. Now, Linde Werdelin brand new is not cheap. It is a brand that is in very small production. It's an independent watchmaker, super cool. They don't use in-house movements, but their whole thing is design and materials. They're not cheap, and unfortunately, I don't think I would pay those prices brand new. But in the pre-owned market, they hold a fantastic value. I love that black kind of Kevlar strap, that tonneau kind of case. It's also a dual time. You guys know I love my GMTs. Stop staring at me, Girard Perrigo. And yeah, it's just a small batch watchmaker that's very, very cool, that, doesn't really come across my desk too often, so I figured I'd talk about it today. But anyway, guys, doing what I do for a living is hard sometimes. You have no idea how badly I wanted to pick these three watches up, but unfortunately, the lights have to stay on, the batteries have to stay charged, even though, judging by past videos, I don't do a great job of that either. But yeah, those are three watches I really wish I could keep for myself, but right now is not in the cards. However, the beautiful thing is I'm in the position that I will see these watches, maybe not these exact watches, but I will see these models again, and I will have the opportunity to pick them up for myself. But guys, I just wanted to share some cool stuff that came across my desk today at Delray Watch Supply. Let me know if you like these kind of videos. I'm kind of experimenting with a few new formats. I'm trying to make things a little bit better. I'm trying to, provide content that not everybody can. And, my inventory is sometimes part of that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for sticking around for another video of Federico Talks Watches. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. It really does help me out, and it ensures you don't miss any more content. And of course, I will catch you in the next one. Take care.